Job chapters 4 and 5 through the Bible. Part 2. The roaring of the lion, and the voice of the fierce lion, and the teeth of the young lions are broken. The old lion perisheth for lack of prey, and the stout lion's whelps are scattered abroad. Job 4, verses 10 and 11. He is saying that those who sow evil seed are going to reap a harvest of evil, and they are going to perish like the young lions that have broken teeth, and like the old lions that can no longer stalk their prey. Now Eliphaz will say that this was impressed on him because he had a vision. He really tries to make your hair stand on end while he tells of this dream. Now a thing was secretly brought to me, and mine ear received a little thereof. Job 4:12. Draw closer now, cup your ear, and don't miss a thing of what is happening. In thoughts from the visions of the night, when deep sleep falleth on men, fear came upon me, and trembling, which made all my bones to shake. Job 4:13 and 14. Doesn't this sound mysterious? Isn't it blood-curdling? The vision took place at night, in the dark. Then a spirit passed before my face. The hair of my flesh stood up. It stood still, but I could not discern the form thereof. An image was before mine eyes. There was silence, and I heard a voice, saying, Job 4:15 and 16. My, how Eliphaz builds this up. It sounds so scary. It sounds so frightening. This is going to be something nobody's ever heard before. This is something nobody ever knew before, because this man has had a vision. He has seen things. He has had a dream. It was dark, and a spirit passed before him. What did it say? Shall mortal man be more just than God? Shall a man be more pure than his Maker? Job 4:17. Now I don't know about you, but I must say I am disappointed. I thought that if a man had had such an experience, he was really going to come up with something profound, something that none of us had ever heard before. This is nothing new. I think he really exercised himself a little bit too much to come up with so little. It is like the old saying about the mountain that conceived and travailed and brought forth a mouse. I think that is what Eliphaz did. He's in great travail here, and you expect him to give birth to a great statement, a profound truth. He comes up with this: shall a mortal man be more just than God? Of course not. Any of us knows that, and we didn't need a dream or a frightening nightmare to learn it. I don't think it was worth missing a night's sleep to come up with something so trite, so evident. There is really nothing profound here at all. Yet this is the voice of experience, and there are a lot of folks with the voices of experience today. I'm in that very difficult spot myself as a retired preacher. Retired preachers can become a nuisance by giving advice, especially to young preachers. When I was young, I can remember how retired preachers would come up, put their arm around me and say, "Son, this is the way you should be doing it." The interesting thing was that they had not done it that way themselves. I find myself doing the same thing now. This very morning, I met a young man who was candidating in a church I recommended to him. Before I could even think, I found myself telling him how he ought to do it. Finally, I bit my tongue, got back in my car, told him that I would pray for him, and left it there. There is a danger in the voice of experience. May I say that Eliphaz was not being helpful to Job. Let me hasten to say that I don't want to give the impression that Eliphaz and these other men are not stating profound, wonderful truths. The point is that they are not helping Job. Behold, he put no trust in his servants, and his angels he charged with folly. How much less in them that dwell in houses of clay, whose foundation is in the dust, which are crushed before the moth. Job 4:18 and 19. Even God's angels act rather foolishly. How much more foolish are we who live in houses of clay? There is not a better description of our bodies than that. We live in houses of clay. In 2 Corinthians 5, Paul called our bodies a tent, a feeble, frail tent which the wind will blow over. We live in houses of clay, and before long our houses fall in on us. They are destroyed from morning to evening. They perish forever without any regarding it. Doth not their excellency which is in them go away? They die, even without wisdom. Job 4:20 and 21. No matter how strong or beautiful our bodies may be, they are of brief duration. Eliphaz is stating truths that are remarkable coming from a period so early in history, but they are not helpful to Job. You see, it is easy to give out truth that is not pertinent, that is not geared into life. We don't need just any truth, but the truth that meets our need. All of these friends will say some true things, some wonderful things. I enjoy reading this, and I hope you enjoy it. But it doesn't meet the need of Job. One feels like stopping these men and saying, "Don't talk any further because you're going down the wrong road. What you say is not helping this man. Call now, if there be any that will answer thee, and to which of the saints wilt thou turn?" Job 5, verse 1. That is still a good question. To whom will you turn for help? I'm afraid saints are not able to help you. Apparently, the patriarchs had already gone on at the time of Job. Probably Abraham and Isaac had died, possibly Jacob was still living. Abraham wasn't able to help. Isaac wasn't able to help. No one who had lived in the past was able to help. Well, which saint are you going to turn to? For wrath killeth the foolish man, and envy slayeth the silly one. I have seen the foolish taking root, but suddenly I cursed his habitation. Job 5, verses 2 and 3. He is saying that he has seen the foolish and the wicked prosper, but finally they are brought down. That, by the way, is true. David was troubled by the prosperity of the wicked and writes, "I have seen the wicked in great power, and spreading himself like a green bay tree. Yet he passed away, and lo, he was not, yea, I sought him, but he could not be found." Psalm 37 verses 35 and 36. David wondered why wicked men prospered, while the godly men did not. He watched and noted that finally God brought down the wicked men. It seemed like a long time before God brought down Hitler and got rid of him. It seemed long while we were living through it, but it was only a few years. Why doesn't God move against evil men today? Well, friend, God moves slowly. God will bring down the ungodly in his own time. He has all eternity ahead of him. Eliphaz is classifying Job as one of the foolish ones who took root and was flourishing before he was brought down.